What's up, y'all? It's Chris. Here to talk about last night's Andre Ward Allan Green fight. Maybe a couple other things real quick if I have a sec. All right, Allan Green, Andre Ward. What I gotta say? First off, I was surprised how one-sided it was. Very one-sided fight. Andre Ward dominated from bell to bell. Allan Green did nothing. And literally, he did nothing. That was probably the least effective performance. I don't know. It's interesting that it can't be pure coincidence that the two least effective performances thus far in the tournament, that being Kessler and Allan Green, are both coming against Ward. I think that's more than a coincidence. But that said, Allan Green just didn't do anything. He said after the fight that the training cramps, the 2-3 training cramps he went through before this fight, drained him. He was flat. He definitely looked flat, but it's not to say that's why he sucked so bad last night. He didn't do anything. He could at least throw a jab out there or something, man, but he didn't do a damn thing, and it sucked. Because he talked the talk, but he definitely didn't walk the walk. As for Ward, good win. Solid performance. That said, I'm just going to keep it real, man. I'm just not a fan of Andre Ward's style. I don't like watching Andre Ward fight. The guy just clinches and holds too much for my liking. Granted, when he was doing it against the ropes, a couple of those rounds where he had Green pinned up against the ropes, he was taxing that ass to the body and the head. Green was just sitting there taking it. But Ward just clinches way too much for my liking, man. And he doesn't need to. He's got the speed and the skills to fight from the outside effectively. But for some reason, he likes to hit and clinch and grab on the inside. And he's able to get away with it thus far, Fighting in Oakland, I guess the refs are more lenient with him, as is the crowd. And because he's working inside there. But, I'm not saying he's on no John Ruiz level when it comes to clinching. But because he actually does stuff when he clinches, but just not a big fan of that style, in all honesty. Somewhat reminiscent of a Bernard Hopkins, though he's more active than Hopkins is. Maybe it's because I'm a fan of fighters. Some of my favorite fighters have been guys like Vargas and Corrales, who even when they were getting their ass whooped, they never really clinched or held. So maybe it's just a style I don't prefer. It's a stylistic thing. That said, though, impressive win for Andre Ward. Really looking forward to, how he's going to fare against Andre Jarrell. It appears that Jarrell is probably the only guy in this tournament at this point that's going to be able to give him any kind of trouble. He's going to be able to match up with him and actually have an intriguing matchup. I'm not going to make a prediction for that fight just yet, but I am curious to hear what your guys' thoughts are on that fight. At least right now. Just early thoughts on it, especially after as good as Durrell looked against Arthur Abraham. All right, that aside, Antonio Tarver, he was down talking seriously trash in Allan Green's performance during and after the fight. He's a commentator. It's his right to voice his opinion. But this is the same Antonio Tarver who had a similarly flat performance against Bernard Hopkins, and then made the same excuse somewhat, although he said it was the weight loss, made an excuse after the fight for his performance. So that's the pot calling the kettle black if I ever heard it. You can't go in there and diss a man and say this and that about a man when you did the same exact thing yourself not too long back. You can, but you just look like a damn fool. So nobody like Antonio Tarver too. I think he's a good commentator, but that was kind of if you just go back and look at your performance against Hopkins, man, you're better off just holding your mouth closed in that instance. And as for Antonio Tarver's ambitions to compete in the heavyweight division, ambitions is all it is, man. It ain't gonna happen. You're gonna have about as much success as you did at fighting Rocky Balboa in the last Rocky movie. You might be able to beat some lower tier guys there, but David Haye, Thomas Adamek, Klitschko's, any of those guys, nah, not a chance. You know, he looks terrible against Chad Dawson. And, you know, obviously the Hopkins fight. No disrespect, Tarver, but your career is pretty much a wrap, and going up to heavyweight definitely not going to reinvigorate it anytime soon. So that's that. Real quick, moving on to MMA. Last night, Ultimate Fighter finale. What fights I want to talk about? Chris Lieben knocking out Aaron Simpson. That was a surprise. I picked Aaron Simpson to win. Lieben showed he still got something left. Simpson just gassed and got stopped. Kind of a weak stoppage by the ref, but Lieben looked like he was on his way to victory anyway. Jamie Yeager, the guy's a front runner. When he's doing good, he looks awesome. When he's not doing good, he looks terrible. Looked great in the first round, gassed in the second and got stopped. He really doesn't have much of a future unless he worked on his conditioning and learns how to handle adversity better. Inside the cage. Moving on. Keith Jardine, Matt Hamill. Good fight. Keith Jardine was taking it to him in the first. Second round, Hamill was making a comeback. I got to disagree with Herb Dean's decision to take away a point off an incidental eye poke. Never seen that before. I don't know if that's a new rule or what, but I don't think it's a good rule, especially since it was incidental or accidental. Third round of the fight was close, pretty sloppy round. Both guys were completely gassed, unfortunately. But I don't know. As far as the decision goes, I was looking at it as more of a draw. They gave it to Hamill. I don't really have a dispute with it either way, but I don't know. Jardine's probably out the UFC, and Hamill, I don't see him much more than a mid-level guy at this point. Just isn't improving enough. Main event, way off. I thought Chris McRae. No, wait, I picked the right guy to win. Can't even think of his name at the moment now. Damn it. But anyways, I thought Chris McRae would be the better winner, or wrestler. But no, he completely got out wrestled by. Damn, man, I feel terrible that I can't remember this cat's name right now. Hold on. Court McGee. Damn it. Anyways, Court McGee completely out wrestled Chris McRae. Was dominating the whole fight. Second round, got his back, slapped on the rear naked choke, tapped him out. Great win for Court McGee, especially since the dude's a former heroin addict, practically died, and was brought back to life by physicians. And just a couple years later, now he's won a 6-figure contract in the UFC, man. So it just goes to show, the mental strength and toughness that guy has both outside and inside the cage. So great win for Court McGee, great story, and pretty good night of fights. It's all right for a free night, for free fights, I guess. Also, earlier in the week, Bellator, Ben Askren schooled Dan Horbuckle over 3 rounds. Good win for him. He's going against Lyman Goodnext. Look forward to that fight. Robbie Lawler lost the decision to Renato Babalu Sobral. Good win for Babalu, moving down to 195 for that fight. I actually thought it was a close fight, but I guess Babalu won. I don't know. I don't really have one feeling one way or the other, one strong opinion one way or the other of that fight. But I'm looking forward to WC tonight. Just pissed off that Ed 9mm Ratcliffe got hurt, won't be fighting Chris Hordeski, but that's the fight I was looking forward most forward to the week, but whatever. WC usually has good events, so I'm looking forward to it either way. Anyways, that's it for now. Till my next video, which will probably be a Strike Force prediction. I'm out. Oh, let me know what you think about that Jarrell Ward fight. I'm out.